Lord, again, we just thank you for all that you've done for us. And Lord, we just thank you for your son, Jesus Christ. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
It does not make sense. No. All right, I'll entertain a motion for the approval of agenda as submitted.
Make that motion.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing as there's no discussion, we'll go to a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain the next motion.
Make a motion to consider consideration of regular meeting minutes of March 13, 2017.
Second.
We have a second. Discussion. Seeing as there is none, we'll go to a vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, we'll go into commissioners and staff report. Let's start with Mr. Wyatt. You got to tell us something this time, Wyatt.
There's a 10 years.
Good, thank you for asking.
We asked the questions here, Wyatt. Okay. And your name, sir? I'm sorry.
Mr. Chapman?
Okay, Mr. Chapman. It's been a while, sorry.
That's all right. I would like to update you on the fact that with Encode software, we have basically three main areas that we're paying for. We expect to spend somewhere in the neighborhood of $39,000 to finish the implementation. And the areas of service that we're paying for are related to a chart of accounts, ensuring that that's correct. Another one's related to the implementation with our utility billing and payroll and the rest of the financials. And there are some steps involved in that that will also include us, and that's kind of the final part of it, having a representative here at the end. And I wanted to give you that update on what we're spending on Encode.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Any questions from the commission? All right. Ms. Joanna? Anything to report? All right. Ms. Ana Juarez?
Nothing to report, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Sanchez?
I have nothing to report.
I thought you were going to read something to us. All right. Commissioner Butcher?
No, sir, nothing at this time.
All right. I don't have anything myself. Commissioner Trujillo?
No, I guess the splash pad went perfect yesterday. Go district.
Yes, Mayor, Commissioners, we did open up the splash pad successfully on Saturday. We got our operating permit. Actually, the only thing that we have to do is add some changing stations to the park restrooms. But other than that, went off without a hitch, ran very smooth.
Thank you. Something.
Before I go to Commissioner Gandy, I just had a quick question for the chief. So tell us about the training that's going on right here within our city and what departments are involved, chief.
There's departments from all over the state as far as Rio Rancho and Bosque Farms. It's the first line and mid-management training for law enforcement.
All right. Who's putting that on?
LTI.
Okay. They're staying at our hotels.
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. Thank you. Commissioner Gandy.
I do not have anything at this time.
All right, thank you. Chief.
We're going to do that, and everybody
I'm sorry.
just going to update y'all on the stuff going on across the street.
Okay, very good.
That's it.
James.
Mayor, Commissioners, the one thing that Mr. Chapman forgot to mention was Thursday, March 30th, we will be closed to the public for the upgrades and transition. That was the date that Tyler had chosen for us. But staff will still be here helping with that transition, but we will be closed to the public.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right. Patrick.
Nothing to report.
All right, very good. Thanks, sir. All right, we'll go into public comment now. Anybody that wishes to address the commission may do so at this time. If you'll keep your comments to about 3 minutes, and the floor is yours. All right, seeing as nobody steps up, we'll go into proclamation. And the proclamation is 2017-3, lighted up blue. And I don't believe there's anybody here to receive that, correct? Sir. All right, I'll go ahead and just read it. And the proclamation, again, it's Lovington lights it blue. Whereas the city of Lovington recognizes the need to fully understand complex health issues, and as our society is increasingly aware of the difficulties faced by individuals with autism and autism spectrum disorders, and whereas April is recognized nationwide as Autism Awareness Month, and whereas the Lovington Autism Center for Education and Services, otherwise known as LACES, PTO has organized the 6th annual Lights It Up Blue event to raise awareness and show support for our autism community. And whereas it is important that we as a community support families and individuals as they respond to the challenges of ASDs, and likewise support initiatives related to training, information, and availability of services. Now, therefore, I, Paul Campos, Mayor of Lovington, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim April the 8th, 2016 as the 7th annual Lovington Lights It Up Blue Day. Signed by myself and our city clerk. Any discussion? Everybody good? All right. Let's go into non-action items. Discussion of Parks and Recreation Board appointments. James?
Mayor Commissioners, we need to replace two of our youth members, Giselle Morado and Victoria Garcia. I cannot remember which one of them is currently a student at UNM, so she no longer resides here nor can make the meetings, and one of the other individuals we have not had appear at a meeting. So these are two of our youth representatives. So we'll advertise these positions and ask the public to, if you're between the ages of 15 and 20, live within the city limits, if they're interested, to either contact City Hall and let us know, or contact one of you, so we can have that for action at the next City Commission meeting.
All right, very good. Any questions to go along with that? Comments about the commission? All right, thank you, James. All right, we'll go into action items now. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to consider resolution 2017-30, approval of wireless communication agreement with Verizon.
Second.
We have a second. James?
Mayor Commissioners, we were approached by Verizon Wireless a couple weeks ago to look at our wireless telecommunication needs, mainly cell phones. So with the agreement that they presented us, we can actually switch over to Verizon and actually upgrade our phones for data and save the city $7,200 annually on our cell phone bill. So this commitment, it would be a 5-year contract. However, if we chose to terminate early because we are a government, there is no penalty. So we would just request commission approval. One of the other added benefits to Verizon that we're exploring as well is fleet tracking that we can utilize to assist us with maintenance and also the location of different units. That would be a second phase later down the road.
How much are we gonna save a year?
$7,200 every year is what we would say.
And James, who's our contract with now?
Our current provider is AT&T.
Okay. All right, very good. Any other questions about the commission? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain the next motion.
I'd like to make a motion to consider resolution 2017-31, approval of engineering contract with Pettigrew Associate for the CDBG street and sidewalk improvements.
I'll second that.
We have a second. James?
Mayor Commissioners, this resolution will allow us to actually execute the contract for engineering services. If you recall, it was back in January. We did solicit bids for this project, and Pettigrew and Associates was awarded. The bid tabulation was accepted by DFA, and now we're required to execute this contract, which has also been approved through DFA.
All right, very good. Any other questions or comments from the commission? All right, if not, we're going to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. I'll entertain the next motion.
I'd like to make a motion to consider resolution 2017-32, approve or not approve additional street light on North First Street by El Patio RV Park. I second it.
We have a second. James?
Mayor and Commissioners, I apologize for not having the overhead. We're having some technical issues with the other laptop, but the owners of El Patio RV Park, which is located on North First Street, just to the north of Gum, have requested an additional street light. This street light would have been placed at the south entrance, whereas at their north entrance, which is less than 200 feet away, they currently have another one. So this request was reviewed by staff and presented to Planning and Zoning Commission, and Planning and Zoning Commission is making the recommendation we do not approve since there's sufficient lighting in that particular area. The owner of the park could actually put in a security light if they felt the need for additional lighting for their own park. But it's our recommendation as well to coincide with the Planning and Zoning Commission's recommendation. So we would ask that if that's consideration, that you would amend your motion to include the words denied.
Okay. Any discussion by the commission? Okay. Commissioner, would you care to amend your
I'd
motion?
like to make a motion to amend resolution 2731, 32, for approval of the street light to not to approve that.
Yes.
It's not simple.
And we have a second on that amendment?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Clear enough, Patrick? All right, very good. All in favor of not approving the resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion does not carry. Well, motion carries to not approve, I guess should state, okay? All right. All right, I'll entertain the next motion.
Make a motion, we consider resolution 2017-33, consider award of Polk Tower, water tower painting.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, very good. James,
Mayor and Commissioner, I'm going to turn this over to Wyatt.
very good. Wyatt, sir.
Mayor, Commissioners, our Polk Water Tower was built in roughly 1993 or 63, and it hasn't had any renovation or anything done since 96. It's starting to get faded out and everything. And we went out for advertisement on March 8th to publicly put out for sealed bids, and we received 4 sealed bids on March 21st. We opened them, and apparently the low bidder is TMI, and our recommendation is to approve the bid to the low bidder.
Where are they?
I'm sorry. I believe they're out of Minnesota.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah. Are they gonna remove any lead paint on there, or do they have a sandblast there now?
They're not gonna be sandblasting it, they're actually just gonna be pressure washing it, and we did put in the tower specs that since we have that new housing development right there, that we have to protect the housing development, and they are going to be tinting the tower just for the pressure washing and for painting purposes.
Do you have any previous, I'm sorry, go ahead, Commissioner.
Yeah, how much was that bid?
It was, total with gross receipts and everything, $122,801.25.
That blue tower over there,
Yes, on Polk Tower.
on the water tank?
Yes, sir.
Make that tower.
Put a new one in there.
No, I was just saying, that was what it was, 122,000.
Yes, their bid was 114, and I believe with tax and bond security, everything was an additional 8,000, puts it at roughly 122.
Wyatt, have we had any dealings with this company before?
No, we have not. We have previously, back in 2008, 2009, we used Riley Industrial Services, which is located out of Farmington. They're the company that came in and won the bid on when we renovated our 2 400,000-gallon tanks out in the well field. They came in and rehoused and repainted our 2 tanks at the park and our Avenue R water tower.
Just curious, have you had a chance to research TMI and see how they are, what kind of company they are?
No, I have not, sir.
Any other questions about the commission?
Color, you can paint it the same color, or you want to go back tan?
We're probably gonna go with the tan to go with the same as Avenue R. We did talk about logoing it from the northeast coming in, trying to get something showing Lovington coming in on that side.
Any other discussion? discussion, we'll go to a vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain the next motion.
Make a motion that we consider the accounts payable.
I'll second that.
We have a second. Gary?
If I may, your honor and commission, pretty minimal list of payables. A couple of the interesting items would be, for example, on the first page, the CES payment. We used some gas tax funding to help pay for the Washington Street Improvements project that we're working on right now for $12,575. And then another item of interest was the M&L development, continuing that project. We have a couple of more homes that have been finished, and we've given them the $12,000 because they finished those last two houses. And then another one of interest was Strong Electric. They have the wiring in a baseball field, some wiring repairs that they had to do for $15,047. And if you have any other questions, I'm available to answer them.
I got one.
Yes, sir.
On the Joe Rushing Plumbing and Heating, 18,270.
What was that? Okay.
Mayor Commissioners, that was to repair a line that goes to the blower out at the wastewater treatment plant.
Is it a big line, big line?
It was, go, Wyatt can explain
It was
better.
actually, our main blowers are run off of, for our digesters, they run off of 3 blower units, which actually are located in the pump house. And there's a 6-inch line that goes probably about 3 foot underneath concrete and 90s down and goes over to our blowers. They received every rainstorm that we would get once every year. They, actually, when the blowers kicked on, the whole parking lot would sit there and blow. So we had the crew come in and actually identify the problem, and they actually did a slip line heat. They actually put a chemical down and it sealed, it was all cracked. Instead of ripping up the concrete and everything and replacing everything, it was feasible of going with this company and getting the slip line cleaned. So it was a 6-inch main line and a 6-inch blower line.
But they didn't replace enough.
No, they came through and they slip lined, took off the pumps and they slip lined a portion of it.
Just a small portion, big portion?
It's probably about 20 to 30 foot, I believe.
Wow, that's kind of expensive. 18,000. Well, I guess they got it done.
Mayor and Commissioners, it was substantially cheaper than ripping out the concrete and excavating.
Well, but at home,
Yes, sir.
a guarantee of how long?
I don't recall what the guarantee
I
was.
believe there was a one year or the guarantee on it, but they said that with the coating that they put, it's just like an epoxy coating that they actually blew in and slipped in. So it's, from what we've seen, and actually Mike went to a seminar and talked with the company and everything, so they said that everything was good.
So they'll make it good if it doesn't, if it doesn't work. They'll come and do it on their own.
Yes, sir.
Gary, let me ask you about Joe Rushing Plumbing and Heating, 18,000. Was that what we just talked about?
Yes, that's
Okay, I'm
what
sorry.
we just discussed, I'm sorry.
All right, very good. Sorry.
We still got that poop, we still got that poop tractor, don't we? The one that has a little camera on it, we can send it down line to inspect it.
Yeah, the jetter,
Yes, sir.
or the, yep.
Called inspector.
Yeah.
Got one on here for Baja Grill, nearly $4,000. That was actually our, commissioners and mayor, that was actually we just barely received the invoice for our, Christmas party. Wow.
And if I may, just to interject on that, we were privileged to receive donations to help cover that expense.
Very good. Thank you. All right, any other discussion?
Yeah, I gotta ask about this.
Go ahead, sir.
That's CLS Sewer Equipment Company, 8,263. Are those supplies you're gonna buy in?
Yeah, we store.
Second page, right at the top.
I'm looking at my explanations.
First one on page
It's not
two.
even on here.
It's at the top of page 2.
Well, that, it's just my detailed explanation, and I don't see it in my detail. I have to apologize, I have to get back with you on that one, because my detail report doesn't have it in this report.
Maybe James can tell us.
Off the top of my head, sir, I don't recall. Have to lean on Gary.
You'll get back to the commissioner on that, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I gotta ask you, the Tyler Technologies 4322, could you explain that as well?
And the most recent payment that we paid, let me double check on this one. Yes, this was an invoice for some twofold. There was a portion of it for the inner gov, it was about half of that. And their implementation work, as they titled it, related specifically to compatibility with GIS and what we have available as a city, if there's any alternatives besides us having a GIS system. And then the other part of it is related to our chart of accounts work for our financial side on the software as well. We have somebody in the background that keeps updating our chart of accounts list for our general ledger as we make changes.
And see, that was my concern, is every time that we have to update something or we have to implement something, we're getting charged for that.
Yes, we
And
are.
that is a concern of mine, and I think we talked about that before, Gary. Have you had conversation with them regarding this issue that we have with them?
Yes, and that's why I told you what I did earlier about the overall picture of the total cost. I let them know that I needed a clearer picture on what they were charging us for. And so they gave me this report identifying the specific areas that they were working on and giving me their maximum charges that they said that they would charge. So this is included really in that $39,000 I was telling you earlier.
All right, any other discussion?
So when do you think this program will be solid? When can you put a date saying it's solid? And then we're just paying yearly fees. What do you think?
Well, we won't be
I
at
know
the
we've only
stage,
been in it to what, 2 years now? I think 2 years.
almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost ruined my vacation. Anyway, the short of it is, I've been told that we're going to begin our final go-live process beginning September. I don't have the date with me in front of me, but I wanted to say it was September 12th or 18th, somewhere in there. And then we would finalize the whole go-live thing, be 100% using Encode. I believe it was November 28th. I don't remember the exact date, but it is in November.
And don't get me wrong, Gary, I clearly understand that it does take time. And I believe the only reason it's taking time because we finally implemented something that hasn't been implemented in years. And I'm just glad to see it here. I just look forward to see it go online and be a package that we've been looking for the last quite some time. Because like I said, I remember when I first come on board here, we were still using a pencil and a ledger. And so we've come a long way.
Yes, we have.
So I appreciate that.
I'm
So-
looking forward to having this completed, I really am.
Thank you, Gary, I appreciate that. If you would do me a favor, could you contact them and advise them, if we can meet with them regarding these issues? I would like to sit down and visit with them about this, because this seems like it's a reoccurring problem, and I think we have to address this.
Okay,
Okay.
and include the mayor in that, I like this.
Please. All right, any other discussion? favor of approving accounts payable, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Seeing that there's nothing else on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion. Yes,
I
sir.
have a quick off-the-topic question for
Okay.
Wyatt.
Hey, Wyatt, I know we were talking about the water towers,
Yes, sir.
and so a crazy thought came across my mind. As far as water towers, what stage of population do you think we're gonna have to see another water tower or something crazy like that?
It's actually in our ICIP for the design for another, actually, we're gonna call it Dogwood Fire Station number 2 design. We've actually got it in there. We do need to disperse out to the northwest as far as, same thing to the northeast, as far as if we're gonna grow, expand. I believe one more with the population growth of what we will have, will do for another 250,000 gallon tank, just to kind of move and have the pressure looping the system, but it is in our design to when we do utilities out to the new fire station that's in design phase, that we do put another 250,000 gallon tank out there
So in what, the next 5 years?
within the next 5 years.
Thank you.
All right, any other discussion?